It was a beautiful evening. Jesus had finished teaching for the day and felt tired. It was time to relax. "Let's sail across to the other side of the lake," suggested Jesus. "It's time to leave the crowds behind for a while so we can rest." Jesus and the disciples climbed into a boat and got ready to sail. The weather was good. A nice breeze filled the sail and pushed the boat along. Jesus went to the back of the boat, put his head on a pillow, and fell fast asleep. I wonder, what does it feel like to sleep on a boat? All of a sudden, the weather changed. A fierce storm blew up and battered the boat. Swoosh went the wind. Crash went the waves. Lightning flashed across the sky and thunder roared. The waves grew bigger and bigger. The little boat started rolling from side to side. I wonder, what did it feel like to be on a boat during a storm? The disciples thought the storm would pass by, but it just got worse. The wind roared harder and the waves got bigger. Water from the waves splashed onto the boat. Jesus' disciples were terrified. They called out to Jesus. "Wake up," they shouted. "Can't you see we're going to sink? Don't you care what happens to us?" Jesus woke up. He looked at the storm. He looked at the waves. He felt the strong wind. He stood up and spoke to the wind and the waves. "Be quiet," he commanded. Immediately, the wind stopped blowing. The rain stopped falling. The waves stopped splashing. Everything became quiet and still, just like that. I wonder, what did the disciples' faces look like when the storm stopped? Jesus turned to his disciples and asked, "Why were you so scared? Haven't you learned to trust God? Be at peace." The disciples were amazed and said to one another, "Did you see that? Even the wind and the waves obey him."
Hello, cherubs. You know, the disciples went from fearful to astonished when Jesus helped them. Do you think Jesus can do the same for us every day? I think so. As a mom, I am always fearful for my children. I want to make sure they're safe and protected. There's other things that can make me scared sometimes, like if I hear a scary noise at night, I don't know where it came from. You know, I'm kind of afraid of purple trucks. There was a video game when I was a kid that had this mean person driving this big purple 18-wheeler, and it's always scared me. So when I see those on the road, I get very nervous. I get a little scared. But we need to remember, Jesus brings us peace. So if you want to gather with your family, talk about things that scare you, but then make sure you say, "Jesus brings us peace." Maybe it'll help us remember that Jesus does bring us peace. Stay tuned, cherubs. Next, we're going to make a calming bottle. Hi, sweet cherubs. Today we're making a calming bottle. Unfortunately, it was kind of hard to mail bottles, so you'll have to find a bottle at home. You can also use some water and cooking oil, glitter if you have it, your foam from the packet, and let's see what these calming bottles, food coloring, don't forget about food coloring. Let's see what these bottles look like. All right, guys, let's get started. So first, I'm using a very big bottle. Most of you know I love my Diet Dr. Pepper. I always like doing that too. But if your mom or your dad asks you to stop blowing in the bottle, make sure you're respectful and you stop blowing in the bottle. First thing we're gonna do, guys, is we're going to cut off the label. And I want to make sure we get it nice and clean, get as much of this stuff off as we can. I've already rinsed my bottle. You should make sure that there's nothing inside too. Okay, so next we're gonna take all those foam pieces. You didn't get this many, and I'm not gonna put this many in mine, but just to give you an idea, if you need to, you can kind of roll them, push them in there. If you have foam at home and you want to cut out the shape of a boat to act as your piece, that would be great. I didn't have any foam at the church, and we have lots of these foam pieces, so I wanted to use up some stuff that we have. And I just think it looks pretty. I like all the different pieces. I like watching it settle and move around. It kind of calms me. My kids and I have made calming bottles. Have you ever done that, where you take glue and a little bit of water and like some glitter? We put some seashells in ours. You can put food coloring in there. We had a lot of fun doing that. Okay, I think I've got quite a few in here. Next, we're going to fill the bottle about 1/3 of the way up with water. Sure, you have an adult help you do this if you're not doing it over the sink. I don't have a funnel, so let's see if I can do this and not make a mess. Okay, and so I'm gonna probably add a little bit more water with mine, but I want mine to be able to lay like this. Actually, I'm not. That's where I want mine. I want it to be like that. Yeah. Okay, so next, if you have some food coloring at home, take your food coloring and add a few drops. I'm adding blue because I want mine to kind of look like water. You can add whatever color you want. That's a lot of food coloring. It doesn't take much. A little bit goes a long way. Next, we're going to put the lid on, but not too tight, and shake it up. See, I told you. Oh, it's just a few drops. Look at how blue that is. Isn't it beautiful? And this is where if you want to add some glitter, you can. Okay, so next, we're going to take our vegetable oil, and same thing, we're going to very carefully pour. Do this over a sink. Don't do it over your lap like I'm doing. Okay, once you get your water and oil poured in, I might add a little more to mine. You can screw on your lid very tightly. You can watch it all settle. Can you see it separating? That's what I wanted mine to be, like this, so I could see the different colors. And you can see all of our pieces floating on top of the oil. All right, cherubs, I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you have an exciting February. We'll have to talk about the groundhog next time. Do you think he'll see a shadow? I will see you guys next week. Bye, sweet cherubs.